Welcome to Augmented Voices. We're the show that looks at how generative AI is, well, changing everything in
Yeah,
business.
especially for financial services, tech firms, and, those vital SMEs across the UK.
Exactly. And today we're going to dive into some really interesting recent stories. They kind of show both sides of the coin, don't they? The
Yes.
opportunity.
And the real challenges, particularly as AI gets sort of woven into more and more things.
It's moving so fast.
Huh.
So let's maybe start over in California. There was this situation with the February 2025 bar exam.
Oh, right, I saw that. It wasn't just technical glitches, was it? Like the platform crash.
No, I mean, that happened too, which is bad enough.
Uh,
But the bigger story, or maybe the more controversial one, was that some multiple choice questions were drafted using AI.
wow. For the bar exam, that's pretty high stakes.
Mm-hmm. Mary Basic from UC Irvine Law School, she called it unbelievable. Basically, non-lawyers using AI to write questions for qualifying lawyers.
Yeah, you can see why that would raise eyebrows. So how many questions are we talking about?
Well, the breakdown was 100 from Kaplan, 48 from a first-year exam, and then 23 AI-assisted ones.
Okay.
Those came from a company called ACS Ventures. Now, the state bar said, we have confidence in the validity, and they asked for scores to be adjusted.
There's always a but, isn't there?
Right. Katie Moran at the University of San Francisco Law School called it a staggering admission.
And I heard something about the review process, or lack thereof.
Spot on. That seems to be the real kicker. ACS Ventures, the company that authored the AI questions, they also evaluated them. No independent checks.
Ooh, that's not good. That definitely rings alarm balls.
It really does. And this is where it becomes, a really potent cautionary tale for UK businesses.
Especially in regulated sectors like finance or even just SMEs jumping on the AI bandwagon.
Absolutely. The point isn't AI bad. It's that you absolutely need that robust human oversight. You need accountability.
Because if something goes wrong, like an AI generating faulty customer documents or maybe incorrect compliance checks.
Yeah, you can't just shrug and say, it was the AI's fault.
No way. The regulators, whether it's the FCA or someone else, they're going to hold the business responsible. End of story.
So for you listening, if you're implementing AI, you have to ask, who is checking this? Is our process solid?
It's that governance piece. It's crucial. Skipping it, as California seems to show, can be incredibly risky for your reputation.
Okay, let's shift gears a bit. Different application of AI, but equally fascinating.
Right.
BBC Studios and the Agatha Christie estate, they've created this online writing course featuring Agatha Christie herself.
Digitally reconstructed, I assume. Not literally.
Not literally. They used AI for visuals based on licensed images. They restored old audio.
Okay.
And they used an actress, Vivian Keane. Her performance was then sort of biometrically aligned to Christie's features, and her voice was re-speeched.
Wow, that's complex. So is the AI actually writing the course content or teaching it?
No, and that's the key difference here, I think. Dr. Mark Aldridge, who oversaw it for authenticity, said they meticulously pieced together Agatha Christie's own words.
So it's based on her actual writings and possibly interviews.
Seems so. And James Pritchard, her great-grandson, admitted they had worries, naturally.
I bet.
But he stressed, this wasn't written by AI, it's a faithful restoration.
That's a really interesting way to think about preserving knowledge, isn't it? Like institutional knowledge.
Yeah, exactly. Think about that really experienced person in your team, the one who just knows how things work, how to handle tricky situations.
Yeah, the knowledge that's not written down in any manual.
Right. What happens when they leave or retire? Could AI used carefully like this help capture and scale that kind of expertise?
It's a compelling thought. It goes beyond just documents. It's about codifying that deeper know-how.
And notice the approach here. BBC Maestro treated Christie's insights like a strategic asset.
Human effort, technology working together, focus on authenticity.
It feels very different from the bar exam situation, doesn't it? Much more deliberate and controlled.
Completely different. One feels like a potential shortcut with risks. The other like a strategic investment in preserving value.
Okay, one more area to touch on. AI and kids. This is heating up too.
Yeah, Google's making moves here, right?
They are. They plan to let under 13s use their Gemini AI via Family Link. They're promising safeguards, saying kids' data won't be used for training.
Safeguards are good, but it still feels like a big step. Tech companies are definitely targeting younger users now.
It does raise questions. The source material we looked at mentions, chatbots can be flawed, they can give weird or wrong answers.
And we just don't know the long-term effects on kids' development yet, do we?
Not really. UNESCO is calling for caution, for proper regulation, age limits, data privacy, all sensible stuff.
It's a tricky balance. You want kids to be AI literate, maybe, but safety has to come first.
Now, contrast Google's approach with what's happening in China.
They're going in a different direction.
Quite a bit. They're actually starting AI classes in primary schools. In Beijing, for kids as young as 6.
6 years old. Wow. What are they teaching them?
Things like how to use chatbots, basic AI concepts, even AI ethics, apparently.
That's ambitious. What's the driver behind that?
Well, seems strategic. They're inspired by their own successful AI companies, like DeepSeek.
Right, building the future workforce, essentially.
Looks like it. It's a national pilot, 184 schools. The education minister called AI the golden key for future education.
So China's going full steam ahead. Are other countries doing similar things?
Yeah, various levels. Estonia, the UK has pilots. The US has specific tools like McGraw-Hill's AI assistants. Canada, South Korea, they're all exploring it.
But there's still that caution, right? Like that quote.
Yeah, Dylan Arena from McGraw-Hill. The greatest risk is not moving too slowly on AI, it's moving too fast on AI.
That sums up the tension really well.
So for UK businesses listening, what does all this mean? The next generation joining your workforce.
They're going to have a completely different baseline understanding and expectation of AI. It'll just be normal for them.
Are UK companies ready for that shift? In terms of talent, skills, how work gets done, and competing globally?
Big questions. Definitely something businesses need to be thinking about right now.
Okay, let's try and wrap this up then. Key takeaways from our dive today.
Well, first, that California bar exam mess. It's a huge red flag about needing human oversight and accountability, especially in regulated areas like finance here in the UK. You just can't skip that step.
Right. Then the Agatha Christie example, a much more positive model. Using AI thoughtfully, ethically, to preserve and share really valuable knowledge, almost like protecting an asset.
Yeah, strategic approach.
Yeah.
And finally, the kids in AI thing. Google being cautious, China going all in.
It just highlights that businesses everywhere, including the UK, need to prepare for a future workforce that grew up with AI. It's coming.
So maybe the final thought to leave everyone with is this. AI is embedding itself everywhere, from law exams to primary school. How do you, in your UK business, need to adapt?
What needs to change in how you find talent, ensure quality, innovate for the long term?
And maybe even what fundamental ideas about work itself or about learning need a rethink in this, well, this augmented reality we're building.
Lots to consider. Thanks for joining us on Augmented Voices.